portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Employees from the Ministry of Works up in arms over hazardous pay they claim is due to them, but they haven't received the money yet. In fact, their agitation grew after they claimed a select few employees received the payment.
Now, in attempts to get the attention of the government, the workers decided to stage a protest outside of their Thompson Boulevard head office, just a few yards away from where government officials gathered for the naming ceremony of the neighboring Attorney General's office.
Watson spoke to some of the irate workers.
For these Ministry of Works employees, timing couldn't have been better in order to get their concerns heard. They mounted their own protests opposite an official government naming ceremony of their neighboring Attorney General's office. Despite barricades being erected and heavy police presence, they raised their concerns that hazardous pay due to them was short in getting to them. Executive VP of the Bahamas Public Services Union, Kimsley Ferguson.
It was agreed that all the persons that were recommended would receive the hazardous pay. To date, we discovered this morning and yesterday that only certain individuals were given the hazardous pay. These are the balance of those persons who haven't received hazardous pay. These are welding rods known to cause cancer, and so one of the concerns is that every individual be given the hazard pay straight across the board, not only when they are assigned to a particular thing, because the illnesses are long term, even long after they would have come off the job.
We used to get it and they cut it out, they stop it. We didn't get it, and no information, no letter or nothing came to us saying why they stop it.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Renwood Wells, says they are addressing the issue and will pay those who qualify for the payment.
The Deputy Prime Minister said that we will deal with this situation, that these persons who are deserving of it, we've already paid some hazardous pay to those persons who would have fallen under the agreement. And what we're doing is looking at the work that is done by these individuals. If they fall under the agreement, they too will be paid. No ifs, ands, or buts. And the Deputy Prime Minister says that some of these persons who are out here, that the document is on his desk for them and it's going to be signed and they'll be taken care of probably by Tuesday or Wednesday of this week.
During the ceremony opposite the protests, Prime Minister Perry Christie acknowledged the workers while beginning his address.
We have an expression of the democracy that we now have to contend with taking place to my left in the form of a forced request for recognition of issues that are pertinent, I'm sure, to their employment.
And despite a commitment from government that they will review the case and pay those who are entitled to it, these workers say they're not budging. They want their money, and they want it now. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
John Pinder, the Bahamas Public Service Union president, has opened up about the possibility of a career in frontline politics. The veteran unionist said he's been approached about presenting himself as a candidate in the next general election. And while he says he's keen to serve the people, he'll only do so on terms he can agree with.
For sure, two major parties have approached me on becoming a candidate in the next general election. I'm still focused on trying to move the public service union a little more further. I do believe that God has dropped a number of things in my spirit that I probably can have this country advance in a higher office, but it has to be with the respect that if I campaign to persons with a view of a new vision for the Bahamas and for a constituency, that my hands are not tied if I am successful with a party that wins the government. I think too often we have to push a government's agenda, and so for me to accept any nomination from any major party, I would need to sit with the leader of that party, and we would need to agree on my vision to help push the country forward and tie it into the vision of the governor, the government party, or that particular political party. I think it's important for us to understand that vision should be shared, and so if I am allowed to do that, I may consider that. But if my hands are going to be tied, I'd rather stay where I am and make a difference from the office I hold now.
In other news this evening, today is Regional HIV Testing Day, and the Bahamas, like other countries around the world, continue to encourage people to know their HIV status so they can remain as healthy as possible. Tonight, our Charisma Robinson spoke with the director of the National HIV/AIDS Program about that and the advancements in care and protection.
Nearly 8,000 people in the Bahamas live with HIV and AIDS, and officials say Regional HIV Testing Day is about bringing awareness to the importance of getting tested.
We're asking people to be tested and to take control. Taking control to us is get tested. Getting tested means that you will know your status. In knowing your status, there's several things you can do. If you're negative, you will now take more precautions to remain negative, hopefully for the rest of your life. If you're positive, this is a good step now to go and see a doctor, see a healthcare professional, find out where you are, was there damage done to your immune system or not, and halt the damage. We can actually do that. We can stop that damage from progressing to full-blown AIDS.
Hundreds of Bahamians were able to check their HIV status for free in an easy 5-step process in Pompey Square on Friday. Dozens of anxious people registering for testing. And while a number of people declined on-camera interviews, James Tynes and Randy DeVoe shared the significance of this initiative.
Because we have a lot of stuff going on in the country and whatnot. A lot of people are afraid to do it, but I'm not afraid because, I deal with a doctor. I go to my doctor every 6 months.
Some people, you don't have time to go to the hospital. Take time. You have time to take time in yourself. But when they have this, I appreciate it.
Trained professionals from the Ministry of Health and the National HIV/AIDS Program conducted confidential screenings and provided pre-test and post-test counseling. Minister of Health Dr. Perry Gomez, a champion for HIV/AIDS awareness and prevention, says HIV/AIDS has seen big changes within the last few years.
Because of the work of AIDS programs around the world, we've been able to tackle the issue of AIDS, and it's no longer the high priority that it was. And so this year at the United Nations, they're having a session on chronic non-communicable diseases. The first disease that the UN met on was AIDS.
The event sponsored by Scotiabank for the 4th year.
Well, for Scotiabank, this is a significant initiative for us, not just here in the Bahamas, but actually globally. It's a huge part of our strategic positioning in support of the fight against HIV and AIDS.
Now, Scotiabank employees across the region are all supporting mass HIV testing conducted today and tomorrow in over 20 countries. Charisma Robinson, ZNS Network News.
BTC crowned its 2 newest Star Makers last night during the Season 5 finale at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel.
Now, the junior winner is Gabrielle Stubbs and the adult category winner, Tanisha Smith.
There were 18 contestants in the competition overall.
Now, the pair was awarded a $10,000 endorsement contract, well, each of them, and an opportunity to be an extra in a film by international director Russ Parr, among other prizes.
When my name was announced as the winner, I was flooded with emotions, different emotions. First I was happy, and then I was shocked, and then I just couldn't believe it, and then I was overwhelmed. During the Eleuthera trip, I thought that really was my time to leave and go home.
Right now I'm going to go and celebrate. The work will come later, but right now I'm going to celebrate. I plan on bringing, like I said from the beginning, something new, a new face. So it'll become new opportunities, new everything, all things become new.
Still ahead, chefs put on the final touches ahead of the Caribbean competition.
And also tonight, Balling by the Beach comes to a close. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
I'm Sherelle Conliffe, and this is your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap. This week on the local market, the number of trades remained consistent with the previous weeks. AML Foods announced a share buyback plan, which boosted their share price, making them both this week's sole advancer in trades of over 23,000 shares and share price increase to $1.71. Dividends will be paid by the following companies: Monday, June 30th, Commonwealth Bank; Tuesday, July 1st, Cable Bahamas; and Friday, July 4th, AML Foods. In international news, the S&P 500 had little change at 1,955 points earlier today. The benchmark index has advanced 4.5% this quarter, its 6th straight gain for the longest winning streak since 1998. Here is your investment tip for the week. Save. You don't need a college degree to understand the importance of saving. There are too many uncertainties in our local economy and the world at large not to have a nest egg. Not saving for the future even small amounts such as $100 every month has caused tremendous hardship for many people today, especially in a slow economy. Let today be the start to your new beginning. We care at Royal Fidelity. In fact, our company's vision and mission is to help our customers create and manage wealth. Give us a call to get you on the right path, or visit our Facebook page or website for more information. This has been your Royal Fidelity Weekly Market Wrap. I'm Sherelle Conliffe.